Welcome to our journey into the life and legacy of one of history's most influential figures. Today, we delve into the remarkable story of Martin Luther King Jr., a beacon of hope and courage in the fight for equality and justice. So, let's delve into the video. Early years. Born on January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia, Martin Luther King Jr. was the second child of Reverend Martin Luther King Sr. and Alberta Williams King. Raised in a nurturing environment filled with faith and love, young Martin was instilled with a strong sense of duty to stand against injustice. Education and early activism. Martin's thirst for knowledge led him to Morehouse College at the age of 15. Here, he was exposed to the teachings of Mahatma Gandhi and the principles of nonviolent resistance, which would shape his activism in the years to come. Graduating with a degree in sociology, King went on to study theology, eventually earning a Ph.D. from Boston University. Montgomery Bus Boycott. The Montgomery Bus Boycott of 1955 stands as a pivotal moment not only in the life of Martin Luther King Jr., but also in the broader struggle for civil rights in the United States. This historic event was sparked by the simple yet courageous act of Rosa Parks, an African-American woman who, on December 1, 1955, refused to give up her seat to a white passenger on a segregated bus in Montgomery, Alabama. Parks' arrest for her act of defiance ignited a wave of protest and resistance throughout the African-American community, and it was within this charged atmosphere that Martin Luther King Jr. would emerge as a central figure. As news of Parks' arrest spread, the African-American community in Montgomery rallied together, galvanized by a shared sense of outrage and indignation at the systemic injustices of segregation. The Montgomery Improvement Association, MIA, was formed, with King, then a young pastor at the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church, chosen to lead the organization. Despite initial reservations about taking on such a prominent role, King ultimately accepted the mantle of leadership, recognizing the opportunity to channel the collective frustration of his community into a powerful and organized movement for change. Under King's guidance, the Montgomery bus boycott was transformed from a spontaneous reaction to an orchestrated campaign of nonviolent resistance. The MIA coordinated a boycott of the city's buses, urging African Americans to refuse to ride until segregation on public transportation was abolished. This boycott, initially intended to last only a day, stretched on for 381 days, showcasing the unwavering resolve of the African American community and their allies in the face of adversity. Throughout the boycott, King emerged as a skilled organizer and a charismatic spokesperson for the cause. His impassioned speeches urged participants to remain committed to nonviolent protest, even in the face of intimidation and violence from segregationists. King's philosophy of nonviolent resistance, deeply influenced by the teachings of Mahatma Gandhi and his own Christian faith, became a guiding principle of the civil rights movement, inspiring generations of activists to come. The success of the Montgomery bus boycott marked a turning point in the struggle for civil rights in America. In December 1956, the United States Supreme Court ruled in Browder v. Gale that segregation on public buses was unconstitutional, effectively bringing an end to the boycott. The victory in Montgomery not only secured a significant legal victory, but also demonstrated the power of grassroots organizing and nonviolent protest to effect meaningful change. For Martin Luther King Jr., the Montgomery bus boycott was more than just a campaign for desegregation. It was a transformative experience that solidified his commitment to the principles of justice, equality, and nonviolence. The lessons learned during those 381 days in Montgomery would shape King's approach to activism for the rest of his life, laying the foundation for his future leadership in the civil rights movement. Rise to prominence. Martin Luther King Jr.'s profound impact on the civil rights movement stemmed not only from his unwavering dedication to nonviolent resistance, but also from his remarkable gift for oratory. King possessed a rare ability to articulate the hopes, dreams, and frustrations of millions of African Americans, compelling audiences with his eloquence and inspiring them to join the struggle for equality. Throughout his career as a civil rights leader, King's speeches served as powerful rallying cries for justice and liberation. His words resonated with audiences across racial, cultural, and geographical divides, transcending barriers to unite people in a common cause. One of the most iconic examples of King's oratorical prowess is his "I Have a Dream" speech, delivered on August 28, 1963, during the historic March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. Against the backdrop of the Lincoln Memorial, King delivered a passionate address that would go on to shape the course of American history. With soaring rhetoric and profound conviction, he articulated a vision of a nation where individuals are judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. King's dream of a society free from racial discrimination and oppression struck a chord with millions of Americans, both black and white, who were captivated by his message of hope and unity. The "I Have a Dream" speech was more than just a momentous moment in the civil rights movement. It was a defining moment in American history. King's words echoed across the nation, reverberating in the hearts and minds of all who heard them. Through his eloquent articulation of the aspirations of the oppressed, King galvanized a generation to take action and demand justice. But King's influence extended far beyond the March on Washington and the "I Have a Dream" speech. Throughout his life, he delivered countless speeches and sermons that challenged the conscience of the nation and called for an end to racial segregation and discrimination. From the steps of the Lincoln Memorial to the pulpits of churches across the South, King's voice rang out with clarity and conviction, compelling his listeners to confront the moral imperative of equality. King's commitment to nonviolent resistance was not merely a strategic choice, but a deeply held moral conviction rooted in his Christian faith. He believed that love and compassion were the most powerful weapons in the fight against injustice, and he exhorted his followers to meet hatred with love and violence with peace. This philosophy of nonviolence, embodied in King's words and actions, served as a guiding principle for the civil rights movement and continues to inspire activists around the world today. In the end, Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy as a masterful orator and champion of nonviolent resistance endures as a testament to the power of words to effect meaningful change. His speeches continue to inspire and uplift generations of Americans, reminding us of the enduring importance of justice, equality, and the pursuit of a dream worth fighting for. Birmingham Campaign and Letter from Birmingham Jail. In the face of violent opposition, King remained steadfast in his pursuit of justice. The Birmingham Campaign of 1963 brought international attention to the brutality of segregation, culminating in King's impassioned Letter from Birmingham Jail, a testament to the power of moral conviction. March from Selma to Montgomery. The struggle for voting rights reached a pivotal moment with the Selma to Montgomery March in 1965. Despite facing brutal opposition, King and his fellow activists marched with unwavering resolve, ultimately leading to the passage of the Voting Rights Act, Nobel Peace Prize, and beyond. In recognition of his tireless efforts, Martin Luther King Jr. was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964, becoming the youngest recipient at the time. Undeterred by threats and violence, King continued to advocate for racial and economic justice until his tragic assassination in 1968. Legacy and impact. Martin Luther King Jr.'s profound impact on society transcends the boundaries of time and space, his legacy resonating as strongly today as it did during his lifetime. Despite the tragic brevity of his existence, King's enduring influence serves as a beacon of hope and inspiration for generations to come. His teachings, rooted in the principles of justice, equality, and nonviolent resistance, continue to reverberate across the globe, guiding countless individuals in their ongoing struggle for social justice and human rights. King's unwavering commitment to the belief that the arc of the moral universe bends towards justice remains a guiding light for those who seek to combat oppression and inequality. In an era marked by persistent social and political upheaval, his words serve as a reminder that despite the challenges we face, progress towards a more just and equitable society is not only possible but inevitable. King's optimism and faith in the power of collective action to effect positive change inspire activists and advocates around the world to persevere in their pursuit of a better tomorrow. Moreover, King's legacy extends beyond his role as a civil rights leader. He is also revered as a moral compass whose timeless wisdom continues to inform ethical discourse and guide moral decision-making. His teachings on the importance of empathy, compassion, and love as catalysts for social transformation offer valuable insights into the nature of human dignity and the inherent worth of every individual. In a world plagued by division and discord, King's message of unity and solidarity serves as a powerful antidote to hatred and intolerance. Furthermore, King's legacy serves as a reminder of the enduring power of moral courage and righteous indignation in the face of injustice. Despite facing relentless opposition and persecution, he remained steadfast in his commitment to nonviolent resistance, refusing to compromise his principles in the pursuit of justice. His willingness to speak truth to power, even at great personal risk, inspires us to confront oppression wherever it may be found and to stand up for what is right, regardless of the consequences. In conclusion, Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy is a testament to the transformative power of vision, courage, and moral conviction. Though his life was tragically cut short, his spirit lives on in the hearts and minds of all who continue to strive for a world where justice, equality, and dignity prevail. As we reflect on his enduring legacy, let us rededicate ourselves to the timeless principles for which he so passionately fought, knowing that in the end, the arc of the moral universe will indeed bend towards justice. In honoring the life of Martin Luther King Jr., we pledge to uphold the values of love, compassion, and equality. Together, we strive to advance his vision of a society where individuals are judged based on the content of their character rather than superficial characteristics like skin color. By embracing these principles, we can work towards a future where justice and fairness prevail, fostering a world of unity and understanding. Let us honor King's legacy by embodying his teachings and actively advocating for a more inclusive and equitable world for all. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories and content. Until next time, remember to keep the dream alive.